Hey, happy Saturday, everyone. It's CJ, Carlos, aka CJ. Hopefully, everyone's having a fantastic day so far, and hopefully, everyone can hear me okay. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in the Midwest, just returning home from a family vacation. Family had a great time, very relaxing. It was nice to get away before everyone returns either back to school, back to work, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, like the weather is just beautiful. Like looking out, checking it out. It's so nice out here. Uh, but long story short, want to start and talk about the August health slash detox challenge, and I'm excited to do this. I really am. I did the sober October last fall. Gave up alcohol for an entire month. Tried to make it to the gym every day. I think I did consistently. Just felt so much better, just overall. And why I'm doing this, and just to start, is that like this is just as much for me as it is for everyone else who feel that they may benefit from it. And I think it's good timing to do an August challenge, primarily because we've been able to enjoy the sun, the sunshine, the natural vitamin D, the beautiful outdoors, and now we're coming into a period of having to be indoors and hibernate during the fall. Of course, unless you have the luxury of living on one of the coasts, which is truly beautiful. Then let me see if there's any comments coming in. I'm doing this. I don't do this too often from this device, but it seems to be working okay. So the whole idea around this is that this year, it's hard to believe how fast this year's gone by, but it's just really kind of kicked my butt in general. I feel that there was a lot that was left on the table, some disappointment, some setbacks, and all those things are fine, right? That's part of life, but it does get taxing mentally. It does. So this whole challenge thing is not just for me to say, hey, I've got all the solutions, I've got all the answers figured out, because I don't. It's just more so to come up with a way of encouraging others to get involved. And I get a lot of messages, obviously, in the industry that I'm in. I get a lot of messages, a lot of texts in regards to. Just seems right now like post-COVID anxiety is still kind of off the charts right now, especially with the economic conditions that are happening right now. There's a lot of additional stress that's taking place. So I thought, what better way to kind of do things in an August challenge? And I've had a few people. I've posted a couple of comments about this. People have either read or seen, and I thought, well, we'll see how many others want to get involved, and we'll make it fun. And I don't want this to be overly complex. It doesn't need to be overly complex. My thoughts personally of what I'm going to do is, obviously with summer here, cookouts, parties, concerts, etc., kind of fell back to old habits of probably consuming too much alcohol, too much drinking. Didn't need an excuse, whatever. But I found it very beneficial. I personally, I wish I would have never went back to it, because whenever I did that October challenge with a sober October, and I thought I'm going to stay awake till midnight, October 31st, and that night I'm going to have my first drink and go back to it and everything. And for the likes of me, I couldn't do it. Like it just, I just didn't do it at the beginning. It was a few days that I had my first sip of alcohol, and I didn't even really like it. It just didn't taste good. But again, I fell back to those old habits, I guess you could say. And it's time to kind of reset and cleanse. Now, that's to my benefit. personally, because I know that I feel better. I know there's some clarity around it. There, overhead, I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. I can't even see it, but it looks like there's some jets up there flying. But I thought, my gosh, this is a good opportunity, and I'm going to follow that up with something that I think could help me. I was trying to think of what to give up. I was like, well, maybe I'll give up social media for a month, but with my work and doing podcasts and everything, it's kind of impossible to avoid that. I have to stay in tune to certain things and listen, watch, to be able to have conversations on our podcasts. And then I thought, well, what if I stay away from like all the negative stuff? What if I don't post anything negative? I'm like, well, that's kind of fake. That's disingenuous, because that's not how real life works. So I started thinking about, well, what about some of the things that I used to do personally that would help me? And during college, post college, primarily post college, when early career, I like to read a lot. I get a lot of self-help books, motivation books, that help benefit. And then I used to read a lot, and now primarily, like if I'm at the gym, whatever, it's either music or kind of walking in a circle here. I need to figure out which direction I'm going. I think I'm going to go towards the sun, so that way it's getting ready to mow the yard. I was on vacation, now the yard needs mowed. So the other benefit that I'm going to do is that I'm going to start reading again this month. I'm going to make it a goal to read every day through the month. And somebody like, oh, really? That's going to be good. Well, yeah, and it needs to get to it. I mean, it benefits you quite a bit. My wife is an avid reader. She makes the goal so many books during the summer. I get yelled at quite a bit because I'll be interrupting her when she's reading her book, and she'll be like, can't you see I'm reading right now? I'm like, no, because I don't read, so I'm not doing it. So maybe I'll pick that time to pick up a book and read while she is. So yeah, so that's my goal, is to, the fitness component again is something I'm going to do. So it's kind of threefold. It's one is in terms of detoxing, giving up something that I don't think is much benefit, and that's going to be alcohol for the month. The second is going to be self-help, self-improvement. So I'm going to focus on reading every day. Don't have a book list yet, but I'll figure something out. And then the third is, again, just the well-being, and focusing on just getting better. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they made a comment on the podcast that sometimes you have to step back to step forward, and that's so true. I mean, in the day of Asia, we live in social media. We're so programmed into it. We have these lives that we live on social media, but sometimes that's not necessarily reality as it relates to life challenges that we deal with. And so I want to leverage August. I think it's a great time of the month to do something like that. And like I said at the beginning of this live stream, that it's not necessarily about the, hey, I can help or anything. It's more so that this is going to be a benefit to me. Because again, this past year, a lot of disappointments, probably upset, quite a few people, made a lot of mistakes, but I'm not going to sit there and be stuck in that. That's not how life works. Again, back to that statement that sometimes you have to step back to step forward, and sometimes you have to reset. So that's what this August challenge is to me, is more just kind of a personal challenge, personal reset on those things. And I encourage everyone to get involved. Like I said, I've had a few people, either personally, that are on my friends list on some of my social media streams, or on Rogue News, that reach out and committed and say, yeah, I'm all in. People that have already started the Detox program. So that's really cool. I think that's pretty darn awesome for people to do that. And for those of you who have been thinking about it, those of you who have been either posting on social media that life is very challenging lately, it's very stressful and everything, I'd love for you to get involved. There's a few ways to do that. Is one of which is just a conscious effort with yourself, and don't necessarily make it a overly complex type task driven thing. I would start with just a simple thing, is to Start with a walk. If you've been inactive for a minute, that's okay. But start somewhere. Don't look at it that, oh, I've got to get to the gym 2 hours a day and all those things, and then you end up like getting so unattracted to it that you don't want to do it. So just starting with something simple like a basic, I'm going to walk in the morning, or I'm going to walk in the afternoon. It doesn't have to be strenuous, but a commitment to just a daily activity to help you clear your mind. It's very, very beneficial. That's why I do it. That's why I work out when I do it, because it's so beneficial for myself in terms of getting rid of some of the stress, some of the anxiety, and being able to step out of that with focus. And then in terms of self-help, what are some things that you can do? What is toxic in your life that perhaps maybe you should be giving up? Maybe it's cigarettes. Maybe it's smoking too much weed, too much alcohol. I think that's very independent upon oneself. And then the third component, again, is just like self-help reading, or there's some really great podcasts out there on help and motivation and all that kind of fun stuff. So I want to make this fun, and you can, if you want to participate, you have people who are listening to this stream know how to contact me, whether it's Messenger or email or the Rogue Discord group. I'd love for as many people to get involved and to do this as we head into the fall. And it's a great time of the year, and to help. Like I said at the beginning, I don't have the answers. I don't have all the answers. But I don't even pretend that I do. But this was beneficial to me when I did the Sober October, and I'd like for other people to get involved, because I know there's some people out there that are having either health or mental challenges, and that's okay. You have to admit that we're all humans. We're all human beings. We all deal with certain stress and everything else that we're dealing with in life. Life is not easy right now. Social media may tell you something different, right? Because I see some of it. That's why I love the respect of a lot of people who are just very open and honest and transparent on their Facebook posts about some of the things that are either going on in their life, and that's something that I'm not. I don't do that too often. I internalize probably too much when I should be doing something different, and that's why I decided to do the August challenge. So I'd love for everyone to think about it, participate. Again, 3 key goals, 3 key things. One is a detox component, getting rid of something toxic in your life. For some of you, maybe that's some friends. I hate to say that, but everyone's here. Hopefully people are laughing at that. People are like, yep, I know that one person. But again, mine is going to be alcohol for the month of August. But you pick something that's something that you know that's not healthy. It could be simple. It could be soda. It could be soda. Like, I'm so glad my boys don't like soda. They do not like soda one bit. And I'm thankful for that. I remember back in the day, I used to have a Coke a day. It was probably more the caffeine than anything, but I just felt that I had to have that Coke, that fountain Coke every day. It's probably one of the worst things that you can drink. So pick something that you're going to get rid of. The second thing is the health component, something that you're going to do each day. Walk, maybe jump on an exercise bike. Maybe if you can't get out, you're at home. Maybe stretching out. Stretching is very good for you. Stretching out. So something simple like that. Something similar to start. And the third is spirituality and well-being. Is reading, maybe volunteering. Something simple that can bring value. And hopefully by doing this, maybe if we get enough people involved, we can collectively convert and change the consciousness of negativity that happens. And I'm guilty of as well. Whenever we do our podcast, I have to share those things that are happening. But again, getting back to it is that I think it's a good time of the year to do it. I'm doing it for self-help than anything. And I thought, you know what? If it can benefit others, then so be it. Let's bring some others aboard and have them do that. You can email me if you have some ideas. My email address is CJ, that's Charlie June, CJ at Rogue, ROGUE news.com. Drop me an email. Drop me an email if you have an idea, if you want to participate. We can figure a way to share our success stories and what's working, what's not. And don't get frustrated if you miss a day or something like that. Obviously, I don't want to set that as a first goal, but don't kick yourself and say, well, I can't do it at all. I don't think that's a valid reason. But yeah, just in closing, just getting back from vacation, had some time to self-reflect on a lot of things. Very challenging year, personally. Left a lot on the table, upset a lot of people, disappointed certain people. Didn't quite make the goals that I wanted to. But I'm not going to sit there and, I had licked my wounds. Yes, I was kind of depressed about some of those things for a minute. But I refused to stay stuck in that moment. I refused to dwindle into that dark zone of, oh God, life is this and that. And but again, sometimes we have to start over. We have to do some different things. And yeah, so that's about it for this live stream. I can't see the messages. I apologize to react to any of them. People see me walking and everything else and probably think, what in the world is that guy doing? Okay, I see Mojo Palms. Yeah, I see some people in the chat. So yeah, so hit me up. I know I've already had a few people that have said, hey, let's do this. Let's do the August challenge. Here's a Bath Digestive retention pond in our yard. Or not our yard, but back. Somebody's texting me. I can't see what it says. Okay. All right. But yeah, so the August challenge. Let's do this. Let's have some fun with it. Let's hit the reset button. And again, make it a goal. 3 simple things. Detox. Something that you're going to purge that's bad. I shared with you, I'm going to purge alcohol again for the month of August. I'm going to also exercise, whether it's a walk, get to the gym, whatever, on a daily basis. And the third component is just kind of some self-help and well-being. I mean, let's face it, whether it's the social anxiety, whether it's all the electronic interference that they're putting out there right now. So many people have contacted me and said that they can't sleep. Sleep apnea. You can only sleep 2 or 3 hours a day. And I think we need to find natural solutions to that, right? We need to find natural solutions to that. We don't need to go get a prescription. Now, don't get me wrong, there's certain things that you have to, but I'm very much focusing on the core, your diet, your exercise, your health, your mental well-being. All those things take a huge part in terms of what that is. Not going to start preaching here, preaching to the choir. That's not what it's about. This is about the August challenge. Love to see people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm in. I'm committed. You can comment directly on this video. Comment directly on this, but I'm in. Count me in. Let's get this done. Let's do this. Let's get ready for a 4th quarter and heading into, gosh, another crazy busy year, right? It's crazy to think that we're almost at 2023. I'm losing track of the years. Like, I forget about some of these things. Not sure why life goes so fast. But I appreciate all of you that are tuning in, that are listening in. Everyone have a fantastic day. Like I said, here in the Midwest, just getting back from vacation. The weather is freaking amazing. A couple great activities going on tonight that I may participate in, join. I know Zionsville has their annual street dance. Went last year with my sister. It was so much fun. So much freaking fun. Also, I caught the Full Flannel Jacket. Probably my favorite indie cover alternative rock band cover. The band is playing out at Geist tonight. And then who can forget, there's UFC Fight Night. It's UFC pay-per-view. Huge fight tonight. So my gosh, what to do. Got to mow the yard first. You got to take care of business. So everyone have a fantastic Saturday. And like I said, ping me. If you're in for the August challenge, ping me, let me know. And let's get this done. Peace, love, and take care of yourselves. Thank you.